There is a weight on your chest. You've learned how to carry it so well that no one sees it anymore, but you feel it. Every morning, every night, the world tells you to be louder, faster, happier, stronger, and you nod, you smile, you keep moving. But inside, something is tired. You have walked through days that asked too much of you. You have swallowed words you needed to say. You have smiled when silence hurt more than pain. And now you wonder quietly, how long can I keep doing this? Listen, not to the noise, not to the fear. To this moment, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Not tomorrow, not when life becomes easier. Now. Your pain is not proof of weakness. It is proof that you are alive, aware, still fighting. You were not meant to escape hardship. You were meant to meet it. Stoics never promised comfort. They promised clarity. Look at your life without flinching. See it as it is, not as you wish it were. This is the beginning of peace. The mind suffers more in imagination than in reality. Seneca warned us of this long before the world learned how to scroll endlessly into anxiety. You replay conversations that are already over. You argue with ghosts. You punish yourself for mistakes that no longer exist. Stop. The past has no hands. It cannot reach you unless you invite it. Right now you are breathing. Right now you are safe. Right now you are still capable of choosing your response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You don't control the storm, but you control how you stand in the rain." There were days you begged for relief, days you felt unseen, days when your strength felt like a performance instead of a truth, and still, you endured. Not because you were fearless, but because something inside you refused to quit. That part of you is still here. The world measures success in applause, in money, in speed, but the soul measures success differently. Did you remain honest when lying was easier? Did you remain kind when bitterness made sense? Did you remain steady when chaos invited you to break? This is the real work, quiet, unnoticed, sacred. You are not behind, you are becoming. Every hardship you face is training you for a version of yourself that can carry more truth without collapsing. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your obstacles are not blocking you, they are shaping you. Pain strips away illusion. It shows you what matters, and who never did. Let go without hatred, release without resentment, forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You do not need revenge, you need freedom. The Stoics understood something we forget. Peace is an internal discipline, no amount of validation can cue. You, a mind at war with itself. No amount of achievement can heal an unexamined life. Sit with yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Because clarity lives there. You are not broken. You are unfinished. And the space between who you were and who you are becoming is not empty. It is alive with meaning. You are allowed to rest without quitting. You are allowed to feel without drowning. Strength is not emotional numbness. Strength is emotional mastery. Feel deeply. Act wisely. Do not ask life to be easier. Ask yourself to be steadier. Epictetus never asked for a gentle world. He asked for a disciplined mind. You cannot control how people treat you, but you can control whether you let their behavior define you. Your worth was never up for debate. You just forgot to stop negotiating it with the world. Stand still, stand firm. There will be moments when loneliness visits you like an old friend. Do not run from it. Loneliness is often the space where self-respect is rebuilt. You don't need everyone to understand you, you need to understand yourself. Silence is not emptiness, it is clarity without distraction. In that silence you will hear something true. You will hear the voice that says, endure, adjust, continue. Not endlessly, not blindly, but consciously. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary." Stop bleeding in advance. The future is not attacking you. It is waiting for the version of you that no longer flinches at uncertainty. You are allowed to slow down. But do not stop becoming. Every breath is a choice. Every thought is a direction. Guard your mind. It is the most valuable territory you will ever own. You don't need to win every battle. You need to choose the battles that deserve your energy. Walk away from chaos with dignity. Walk toward purpose with patience. You are not late. You are right on time for your own awakening. Good. Stay with me. Do not rush forward yet. Let the stillness finish speaking. There is a strange fear that comes after clarity. Not the fear of pain, but the fear of responsibility. Because now you see, and once you see, you cannot pretend anymore. You know which habits drain you. You know which thoughts poison your mornings. You know which people cost you your peace. And knowing changes everything. Marcus Aurelius warned himself, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Simple words, heavy discipline. This is where self-mastery begins, not with grand gestures, but with small refusals, refusing to entertain every thought, refusing to explain yourself to everyone, refusing to live on autopilot. You have spent years reacting. Now you must learn to respond. Reaction is instinct. Response is power. The world will still test you. People will still misunderstand you. Life will still change its rules without asking. But you are no longer are fragile in the same way. You are becoming rooted. Epictetus taught that freedom is not found in controlling outcomes, but in releasing dependence on them. Read that again in your mind, slowly. You do not need guarantees to move forward. You need courage without conditions. There will be days when motivation disappears. Do not panic. Discipline was never meant to feel inspiring. It was meant to feel reliable. Show up anyway, quietly, without drama. Great strength rarely announces itself. You will feel tempted to compare your path to others, their speed, their success, their applause. But comparison steals attention from the only life you are responsible for. Yours, Seneca reminded us. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Contentment is not resignation, it is clarity. You are allowed to want more, just don't let wanting destroy your gratitude. Ambition without grounding becomes anxiety. Grounding without ambition becomes stagnation. Balance is the art. There will be moments when old versions of you try to return. Old habits, old fears, old reactions. Do not hate them. They were trying to protect you once. Thank them, then move on. Growth does not erase the past. It integrates it. You are not here to become emotionless. You are here to become unshakable. There is a difference. An unshakable person still feels pain. They simply refuse to let pain decide their character. Pain can visit. It cannot rule. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Not cruel with yourself, honest. Hold yourself to standards, not expectations. Standards build strength. Expectations build disappointment. You will fail sometimes. That is not a flaw in the system. That is the system. Fail, learn, adjust, then continue." The Stoics never chased perfection. They chased alignment between thought and action, between value and behavior. Ask yourself often, is this who I choose to be? Not once, daily. Because character is not built in moments of intensity. It is built in moments of choice no one applauds. There will be loneliness on this path, because not everyone understands discipline. Let them misunderstand. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to be at peace with yourself. Silence will become less threatening. Solitude will become restorative. You will stop begging life for signs. You will start becoming one. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Identity before action, always. Decide who you are. Then let your behavior catch up. You will notice something shift. Gradually, quietly. Your reactions slow down. Your standards rise. Your tolerance for chaos decreases. This is not arrogance. This is self-respect. Protect it. There will be moments when the old world tries to pull you back. Drama, noise, urgency without meaning. You are allowed to say no without explaining. No is a complete sentence. Peace is not passive. It is defended. You do not owe everyone access to your energy. You do not owe every thought your attention. Your mind is a garden. What you allow to grow there determines everything. Weeds grow automatically. Discipline is intentional. Choose intentionally. And when you feel tired again, because you will, remember this: rest is part of strength. not its enemy. Even Marcus Aurelius rested. Even warriors lower their shields at night. Just don't abandon the path. You are closer than you think. Breathe. Stand steady. There comes a moment when effort softens into understanding, when striving gives way to steadiness, when you stop trying to conquer life and start cooperating with it. This is not surrender, this is wisdom. You begin to see that not everything requires your reaction. Not every emotion deserves a response. Not every battle is yours to fight. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. This is not denial, this is perspective. You have been hurt before, deeply, and yet here you are, which means pain did not finish you, it refined you. The mind that survives suffering becomes capable of depth, but only if you train it. Without training, pain becomes bitterness. With training, it becomes insight. This is the fork. In the road, many people stay wounded. Few become wise. Wisdom is not the absence of scars. It is the refusal to bleed again from the same cut. Notice how much of your exhaustion comes from resistance. Resisting reality. Resisting change. Resisting what already is. Seneca observed, a good person dyes events with their own color. You do not wait for life to soften. You soften yourself without losing strength. Flexibility is not weakness, it is resilience in motion. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? The question alone changes you. You are no longer obsessed with control. You are focused on competence. Control demands perfection. Competence demands presence. Be present, right here, right now. Your breath is steady. Your heart is still working for you. Your mind is learning how to listen instead of panic. This is progress. Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Read it slowly in your mind. You are not powerless. You are selective. Energy is finite. Wisdom decides where it goes. You will feel grief for the version of yourself that didn't know better. Let it pass through you. Grief is not regression, it is integration. Honor who you were, but do not return there. Your identity is no longer shaped by what you fear losing. It is shaped by what you refuse to betray. Your values become non-negotiable, not loudly, not aggressively, calmly. Calm is not the absence of intensity, it is intensity under control. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. The steadiest one is, you begin to move slower, speak less, observe more. Not because you are uncertain, because you are deliberate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So choose them carefully. A single disciplined thought can redirect an entire life. You will still feel moments of doubt. This is human, but doubt no longer paralyzes you. It informs you. You check your footing. You adjust, you continue, you stop romanticizing struggle, you stop fearing ease. Peace becomes something you practice, not something you wait for. You do not need to announce your transformation. Those who matter will feel it. Those who don't, never needed to understand. Anyway, silence becomes your language, consistency becomes your signature, and one day, unexpectedly, you realize something profound. Life did not become easier. You became steadier. This is Stoic victory, not domination, not escape, alignment. Good. Now listen closely. There is a quieter strength that arrives after endurance. It does not feel dramatic. It feels clear. You stop needing proof. You stop needing permission. You stop needing the world to agree with you. This is maturity of the soul. You understand now that life is not fair, and strangely, that no longer angers you. Marcus Aurelius faced plague, war, betrayal, and loss, and still wrote, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. Your attention returns home. You no longer bleed energy explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You no longer chase closure from those who offered confusion. You close doors quietly, with respect, without rage, because rage keeps you tied to what hurt you. Peace releases you. You begin to measure time differently, not in years, but in presence. How much of today were you actually here? Not lost in regret, not anxious about tomorrow. Here, this moment is not insignificant. It is all you ever truly had. Seneca said, Life is long if you know how to use it. Most people don't run out of time, they run out of attention. You choose differently now. You wake up and instead of asking, "What do I need to achieve today?" you ask, "How do I want to show up?" Calm, focused, honest. These become your victories. You realize that discipline is not punishment. It is devotion to your future self. Every boundary you set is an act of self-respect. Every habit you build is a vote for the person you are becoming. You stop waiting for motivation. You build rituals. Rituals do not argue. They do not negotiate. They carry you forward on days when emotion fails. Epictetus reminded us, no great thing is created suddenly. And so you stop rushing. You stop demanding instant transformation. You trust the process of becoming. Slow strength lasts. There will still be moments of emptiness. Do not panic when they arrive. Emptiness is often space preparing to be filled with truth. Sit in it. Do not scroll past it. Do not numb it. Let it speak. In that space, you will hear a deeper voice, not the one that criticizes, the one that knows. It will say, "You are enough to continue." Not perfect, enough. You understand now that happiness is not constant pleasure. It is alignment with reality. Some days will feel heavy. Some days will feel light. You meet both with the same posture, upright, present, unafraid. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This is not blind faith. It is radical acceptance. You stop asking life to make sense first. You move forward anyway. Trust is no longer naive. It is disciplined. You trust yourself to adapt. You trust yourself to endure. You trust yourself to learn. That trust becomes unshakable ground. You do not fear solitude anymore. You use it. Solitude sharpens your values. Noise dulls them. You protect your mornings. You protect your evenings. You protect your mind, not out of fear, out of respect. And slowly, something extraordinary happens. You feel less urgency to prove anything, because you are too busy becoming something real. Real strength is quiet. Real peace is earned. You stop living in reaction to the past. You stop living in anticipation of the future. You live in stewardship of the present. This is the Stoic way, not rigid, not cold, clear. And as you stand here now, breathing steadily, mind anchored, heart open but guarded, remember this: nothing outside you can take what you have built within. Then let this be the closing breath, not an ending of strength, but a settling of it. You have walked through pain without letting it hollow you. You have faced silence without running from yourself. You have learned that peace is not found, it is practiced. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful than your own soul." You understand this now. Life will continue to test you. It will change its shape. It will remove things you thought you needed. It will offer things you didn't ask for. And still, you will stand. Not because nothing hurts, but because you know how to carry what does. You no longer beg moments to be different. You meet them as they are. Calm does not mean passive. It means prepared. You are prepared. Prepared to lose without losing yourself. Prepared to wait without resentment. Prepared to act without fear of outcome. Seneca said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." You release that suffering now. The future can arrive when it arrives. The past can remain where it belongs. This moment is enough. Your breath is enough. Your awareness is enough. You are not here to dominate life. You are here to live it well, quietly, intentionally, with dignity. And when the noise returns, because it will, you will remember this stillness. You will remember that nothing is required of you, except to act in accordance with who you choose to be. That choice belongs to you. Always has. Stand tall in that truth. Walk forward without hurry. Rest without guilt. This is not the end. It never was. It is simply the place where you stopped fighting yourself and started living with clarity. Breathe.